Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Cosby. 3. 3. 3. All right, he taught you well. Awesome. Good job, you guys. Now you got to go out and apply it, okay? Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. Hasn't it been a great day so far? And we still have Mary Buffett, Mr. Rudy Giuliani, and Joe Montana coming up on this platform. But you know, today is about many different aspects of success, and financial success is something that, of course, most people are going after. Well, it's such a thrill to have our next speaker here. In our surveys, he is rated as one of the most popular speakers we've ever had on this platform. Now, he is regarded as one of the top financial trainers in the country, and he's often invited by dignitaries and business organizations throughout the world to help and assist them in setting up financial strategies and education to help people of impoverished nations to improve their standard and quality of living. Now, he has also helped thousands and thousands of people all over the United States to completely transform their own standard of living and their financial portfolio. Now, his teaching methods are a little unorthodox, yet powerful, which you're going to see in a moment. But you are going to have so much fun. So hold on and please give a rock star welcome to Mr. James Smith.
I feel so alive for the very first time. I can't deny you. I feel so alive. I feel so alive.
Hey, how does it feel to be in the coolest state, California, in the best country on planet Earth, the United States of America? And if you truly don't think this is the best place, you need to travel. This rocks. Some of you look like you've had a wild day. Wasn't Bill amazing? Some of you are looking in that stupid book to try to find me. I'm not in the stupid book, so just close it, okay? I'm not a professional speaker, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. So I don't have any cheese to rub on your neck. If you don't like me, it's okay. I really don't care. But we're going to have some fun, and I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth will set you free, babe. And a lot of us are drinking Kool-Aid, and we're listening to people who sound good on television, and you're going on the wrong path. And we waste our time in our country right now. It's amazing. We're spending 23 hours a week watching television. You're checking out of life. And what are you watching? Dancing with the Dorks? Oh my God, you're my idol. And then it becomes your idol. Where you spend your time is where your heart is. It's where you're going. And a lot of us are going the wrong direction. And a lot of you don't realize you came here today. They had to use Bill to get you here. But you came to hear this. And I mean that. If you leave early, you might get hit by a bus in the parking lot. So you might want to just strap in. It's safe in here, trust me. And we're going to have a good time. By the way, I'm 61, and I went to my high school reunion not long ago. That was the most disgusting thing I have ever done in my life. Oh my God, I graduated dead last. But have you ever heard this? The first shall be last and last shall be first. I weigh exactly what I did when I graduated. And there's a lot of people that kind of let it go. That's not a good strategy, by the way. And a lot of us don't feel good about where we are, and you want to change yourself. Do you know all of you in here are just good enough for success to envelop you and get you where you want to go? But you have to shut off the stupid television and get in the game of life. And watch this. This is huge. You hear this. A lot of us are fans, and there's some awesome teams in California to support. But I'll tell you straight up, when you walk around any city in California wearing another man's name on your back, you're a dork. Okay? Because what you're telling everybody is you don't want to be you want to be someone else. And I can tell you straight up, babe, none of those players want to be You. None of them do. And do you know the DNA in the body that God gave you is amazing? Do you know no one has it but you? All of you are special, but you're made to feel ordinary over time. And we drive in a box, we sleep in a box, we live in a box, we go to a cube and we work in a box, and our world becomes a box. And I'm here to blow your box up and show you some things that you can actually do with the rest of your life. Because what happens is you're taught how to make a living, but no one teaches you how to make a life. Watch this. A life is what you live. A living is what you make, and that does not define you. Moses spent 40 years of his life going in a circle. And when you get to 75,000 feet and look at the earth, a lot of you are going in a circle. And you're never going to get to the promised land, and you screw your mind over so you believe that wealthy people are evil. And yet, if you had a little money, you could do what God called you to do in life, which is to give yourself away and help other people get what they need, and you'll always get more than you deserve. And that's an absolute fact. And I know this is pissing some of you off, because I can see it. I love it. I woke up this morning and said, oh, wow, what a beautiful day. Thank you, God. Let me be a little weird. I don't want to be like everybody else. And a lot of you want to be so ordinary, and I feel so bad for you. I am totally 100% certified happy. Those of you that I've pissed off right now, it's because you're going to hell. You're angry. It's okay. It's okay. Strap in. It's going to get worse. I haven't even hit the clicker yet, Alice. We're fixing to get it on. I got a lady on the first row over here. She is really pissed. I think she needs to get the Kevorkian home study program so that we can just get the house out of probate. But listen to this. This is major. We have some problems in this country right now. Do you know that no one can solve your problems but you? There's no senators, no congressmen. And by the way, this is above Republican, Democrat, Tea Party. This is above Libertarian. Don't vote for candidates that have been in office for 35 and 40 and 45 years. Kick them to the curb. Get rid of them. They don't belong in office because they don't even relate to you. Their lives are so rock star-esque, they don't have your life, babe. They can't even represent you. And that cuts every party. And listen to this. This is Major League. Oh, there's a lot of good books that people write. I have a buddy that wrote a book called The Millionaire Next Door. It's not that good. But there was one good section in it that said this: out of all the people in America, only 3% of us go into retirement with an equal or greater level of income than we had in our best working years. 97% of us will have less. And here's why. Because you work for your money, but your money doesn't work for you. And you have one source you won't control, you can't control, and you wish you could control, but you're out of control. And I want to show you some things to get your control back. And there's other stupid books, like The Secret. Listen to me. This is huge, you hear this. There are no secrets. There are no secrets. Here, if you want a secret, here's one. It's not the big things you do in life that make a difference. It's all the little things you do that make a difference. It's the little things. What makes a marriage work, Holmes? Is it that ring you got at Kay Jewelers? It's so gross it can't even glitter and sparkle anymore? It's not your ring. It's I love you, babe. Everything you do rocks my world. Dinner last night was incredible. Even if it wasn't, say it was. Hell, she's going to make it again. Why don't you make her dinner, doofus? And listen to this. Some of you women, that you drank the Kool-Aid and it was all so good when you were dating and then it didn't turn out like you hoped it would. Send yourself flowers every week for 12 weeks with no card. That will cause more brain damage than you can imagine. In fact, if you really want to light him up tonight, we got flowers all around the stage. Take them home tonight and tell your squeeze, some ugly large white man that wasn't even in the stupid book hooked me up. I don't even know his name. That should cause some problems. And listen to this. Have you figured out I might be different than some of the other speakers? Oh, you have no idea. Listen to this. This is going to sting just a little bit, but watch. All of you can position yourselves for success. It's so simple to do. It's not hard to do, but you have to listen to this. And a lot of you hear things and you're so focused on looking down, you never look up. And when you go true north, that's the right direction for your success. Some of you catch that, and some of you are like 6 clicks left of clueless. You don't track with me yet, but you will, because I'm going to take it down a notch. And this is amazing. My father, who I loved him, he worked 43 years. I made more money in 1 week than he has in 43 years. Am I smarter? No. More intelligent? No. Articulate? No. Do I do anything as good as him? No. But God opened the door and I walked through it. And when the door opens, you better get up and move your feet and get moving. And it's not by watching some stupid television program that demeans women and puts people in a box. And you men that are addicted to sports, here it comes, babe, strap in. And you're just a big lard with a remote control. You can't jump, you can't run, you're a toad. Watch this. You live your actions through the life of other men. You just got to do it. Watch this, try this. The next time there's a kickoff, watch the kickoff. Find your lover and find her beautiful face. Put her face in the palms of your hands and you look her right to the core of her soul through her eyes and tell her 50 things she does that rocks your world. Doofus, you won't watch the first quarter, second quarter, or halftime. You won't watch third quarter. You won't watch fourth quarter. You won't even know who scored, because trust me, you just did. And I know a lot of you aren't catching this because you're dead from the neck down, but they got pills you can take to totally get yourself right side up. And listen to this. This is major. If any of this bothers you, just strap in. You're going to get more. Here's the beautiful part. There's so many things going on around you you don't understand. Stephen Jobs, who passed away, was an amazing man. Listen to this. The last 2 words that he spoke to his family, and he looked over them. Here's what he said. He repeated it 3 times. Oh, wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. You need to get up every morning and go, this day counts. My time means something. Oh wow, what can I do to rock the world? And stop doing stupid stuff and pissing away your time. It's of value. And you need to have an oh wow moment every day. What can you do to improve everybody else's life? And you'll be improving yours at the same time. We're a non-for-profit. That's why I can kind of say what I want. Because I don't have to rub cheese on your forehead. I'm just here to tell you the way it is. And there's so many people that blow smoke to make you feel good, but you know they're lying. And this is huge, you hear this. Position yourself for success, because all hell's going to break loose. I've spent a month in China so far this year. I go to Africa. I travel all over the world. I've already got 3 trips planned. And let me tell you something. I'm talking to real world leaders, people that really know what's going on. There are countries right now while you're here that are manipulating their currency to screw you over, and you don't even understand, and you're just going, well, I think it's going to be okay. I'm telling you, all hell's going to break loose. And God uses weirdos and freaks to go into villages and warn folk. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. You better listen to this. Because watch this, you can change where you're going. You don't have to accept the cards that you've been dealt. If you don't like them, there's a new deck and a new deal. But you have to position yourself, or you're going to play the same old stupid game, and it's not going to get easier, it's going to get worse. Today is the first day of the 11th month in the 11th year. If you take your birth year and add your current age, come up with a number that you just came up with. That should give you chicken skin. Some of you aren't tracking with me anyway, and you won't catch what I just did. But that should take your breath away. And listen to this. Here's a reality check for America. 1 out of 3 of us is going to go into retirement on social insecurity, having the government take care of you. That's an embarrassment. Seriously? Most of them are women who relied on someone else to take care of them that let them down, and now they're on the dark side of the moon. I need all women, all females, to be okay financially and be okay emotionally, spiritually, and be okay. And that is very, very important. You know that's true. At age 50, the average net worth of Americans right now is $37,000 and dropping. For African Americans, it's $5,500. For Latinos, it's under $5,000. Is that okay? That is not okay. And there's some things you can do to change where you're going. And positioning is absolutely everything. The average Californian right now can only sustain missing 4 paychecks. And then all hell breaks loose because you, again, aren't positioned correctly. And watch this. Money is the #1 topic that happens when divorce, except for the Kardashians. But listen to this. It's money. And let me tell you something. If you're having problems with money, instead of being disrespectful to your spouse, why don't you just take her on a date and say, forgive me for all the dumb things I've done. Maybe we should go renew our vows and get back together again. Why don't you just try that? Instead of beating them up over stupid stuff, most people are more disrespectful to the closest person to them than they are anybody else. How sick and twisted is that? And listen to this. This is crazy. 1 out of 3 of us has bad credit. Why don't you try this? Some of you do need to exercise. Look to your left. Look to your right. One of you blows chunks credit-wise. Your credit's so bad it could leave the hall, smoke a cigarette, come back and smack down all over you. Your credit's killing you, and yet there's some simple things that all of you could do to get your credit back on track and improve it 40, 60, 70, 90, 100 basis points in a reasonable period of time. No one can fix your credit. That's illegal, but you can heal it slowly over time and manage it. We've got 2 million bankruptcies plus in the United States. And listen to this. This is a killer. We have right now 8.3 million homes that are 4 months or more behind in mortgage payments. And I want to tell you something. Don't you ever take advantage of a family that's losing their home. When you hose them, what goes around comes around. It's just a matter of time. You're going down in flames. You can bless people, help people. Sometimes I just help people and don't make a dime. Is that okay? It's totally okay because somebody's watching everything you do. And some of you need to wake up and smell the coffee. This is huge. You hear this. Speaking of coffee, we're spending more money on coffee and soft drinks than we do our after university education. And did you see the halftime today with the women's restroom lines? You can tell a man designed this place because they have half the toilets necessary. And listen to this. This is huge. You hear this. Jobs. For our new college graduates, the Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers show the average senior graduating now will have 14 to 18 jobs over their lifetime with gaps. And then your daughter gets one of the stupid degrees offered out right now, and then she gets it. And then she goes to the workforce. You know what she's going to hear? You need 5 years minimum experience. How in the hell you get experience if nobody gives you any experience? It's maddening. You need to get above that and beyond that, and position is absolutely major. And this is all heavy for some of you, but how are you going to win a game if you're not in it? And if you have no game plan and you procrastinate and put off what you ought to do today, you're never going to win anything. And today is the first day of the rest of your life. My precious father told me I was always too young until one day they let me know, you're too old. Do you know there's never a good time for anything? There's not a good time for you to position yourself. We're coming back here to do 4 classes here. Some of you will go, well, it's not convenient. And that's the dark side talking to you. if I've upset you in any way so far and you're just angry with me, that's the dark side talking to you. The truth will set you free, babe. And listen to this. This is major. Having one source of income you don't control is the #1 cause of financial duress in the United States. You need multiple sources of income that you do control. And without it, it's just real challenging. Many of you, you got a ticket to come to this amazing event by your employer. And I want to tell you something. They even gave you the day off to come here. You need to deliver the goods, be an honorable, ethical, moral employee, and do what you're supposed to do. But let me tell you something. Most of you, when you have time to help yourself, you check out of life and you won't help yourself. And you won't get in the game. You just won't do it. And you watch television. And it's absolutely gross. And then some of you have negative people in your life that don't encourage you. They always tell you how you're you're a little short on everything you do. It's never quite good enough. They always see your faults and never recognize your amazing qualities. And let me tell you something. If somebody's doing that to you, you need to take them deer hunting with Dick Cheney and get them over with. Just bam! It's all over, babe. Have a nice life. And listen to this. You don't deserve that, but you have to punch through to the other side. And a lot of you don't get this. The dark side is negative, it subtracts, and it divides. God adds and multiplies. And you need to remember what I just said. That is major league huge. And if you don't believe in God, I love you anyway. You will someday, trust me. Oh, wow. You will someday. And listen to this. You can ask my good buddy, Joe Montana, that's coming up after a while, and he is an incredible man. He is so respectful of everybody that works at these venues and stuff. I have a lot of respect for Joe Montana. And let me tell you something. He'll tell you the best defense you can have is positioning yourself. And a lot of you don't do it. Do you think taxes might be going up? What do you think? They have to go up. And listen, a lot of you aren't positioned correctly. You don't even understand what's going down. And then this is so important. Even if you're an employee, you should have a business. And here's a message to Democrats and Republicans and Tea Party people. The only way out of our disgusting situation in America, stop over-regulating small businesses. Stop hurting them. Seriously, knock it off. And this is huge. That covers all parties. And this is amazing. We have 10 new regulations being created every business day that just chokes the life out of businesses. It's outrageous. And then you have to improve your credit. It's a must. You need a retirement program where you can actually have more money in retirement than you had in your best working years. But if you don't set up the right canoe, you won't do it. Many of you live your life in fear. You're afraid you might screw up. Do you understand we all make mistakes? None of you are perfect. I'm not perfect. And watch this. If you think you're perfect, come up on stage right now and I'll eat your face off. We've all messed up. You know what you need to do? Forgive yourself for screwing up. And if anybody's hurt you or harmed you, if you've got your top 10 people you hate, why don't you just forgive them and ask God to remove that from you? And all of a sudden, people will tell you're different. They can tell you let it go. Because when you're pissed off and angry, people can tell you're a dork from 50 yards. You got to let it go, babe. Just flush your mental toilet and let it go bye-bye, and you'll get happy. You'll start laughing for no apparent reason. And listen to this. Tax liens and tax deeds are the 8th wonder of the world. There are more of them now than any position that we've had in our country. They supersede first deeds of trust and first mortgages in all 50 states, including the Republic of California. And listen to this, strap in, this is amazing. You can write 72 on a sheet of paper, divide any yield or interest into it, and it tells you how many years it takes your money to double one time. You can give your money to a bank that won't loan you any money and charges you $5 a month for your debit card. You can do that. And they'll pay you 1% if you're lucky on a 100,000 CD. That's a one-way street. And you can give them their money. Why don't you control your own money? I did a show like this about 3 years ago, and man who was not attractive came up to me and he said, "You're the weirdest man I've ever seen in my life." I said, "Well, you're a little fruit cup." Yeah, I talked to him anyway. He is not attractive. He looks like he was made out of spare parts. And his father was very abusive. And this past Thanksgiving, in front of me, he forgave his dad for all the abuse that he had to endure as a little boy. God gave him 2 little boys, and instead of being the abuser, he's an amazing dad. His 9-year-old son, Corey, has just closed on his 3rd property. He owns 2 of them free and clear, and he just loaned the money to his 4-year-old little brother to just do his first deal. I taught the dad, and the dad taught the children. And let me tell you something, you can change where you're going. And for as little as $50, a kid can learn stuff that goes all the way through the financial wall. Professors at universities don't even know this stuff. Some doofus yesterday in LA said, "Hey, Mr. Smith, do you have an MBA?" I said, "Hell yeah, I got a major bank account, and I didn't get it at the U," okay? Some of you are so smart, you're not. Do you know you can have so much education, you're as dumb as a bag of rocks? You can go so far north, you go south. And sometimes less is more. I read on an 8th grade level, that's fast enough. Do you know everything you do quick and fast is better if you do it slow? Think about that. And listen to this, this is huge. Many of you, oh relax, seriously, some of you got problems. Listen to this is huge. Some of you, because Christmas is coming, will have children say, "Get me an Xbox, Mommy. Get me a video game player, Mommy." And because you're just out of it, you'll buy it. And you just brought the Trojan horse of the dark side of midnight into your house. Now your kids get to play. They got a new one out right now for Christmas on how to get to hell as fast as you can. Getting in is easy. Getting out is impossible. They got another one on how to shoot a police officer in the back of the head. It's called Cop Killer. Oh, that's a good game to have in your house. They have another one on how to steal a car, Grand Theft Auto. And you brought the sewage in your own home. You need to tell your children, "I love you," and that's why we're not going to do that anymore. I'm going to spend time with you. You're going to talk to me. I love you. And you daddies in here, all you daddies in here, if you got a 12-year-old daughter, instead of watching some stupid game, why don't you take her out on a date and teach her how she's supposed to be treated when she's 16 years old? Why don't you try that? Where you spend your time is where your heart is, and you need to stop juicing around your time on stupid stuff that doesn't matter. And listen to this is huge. Orange County, California went bankrupt. Is that true? It is true. And this is amazing. Positioning. With tax liens and tax deeds, they're government mandated, government guaranteed. You can get 18%, 16%. Texas pays 25% annual. Your money doubles in less than, watch this, less than 3 years. And you're in control. Some doofus in a pretty building is not in control. That should jack them up. Here's a copy, and God gave me some real fun children. One of my kids, this is one of his. He's 21% in 14 months. Is that a good rate of return? What if he doesn't get paid? He'll have a building. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. And then this is really neat. Watch this. With tax liens and tax deeds, it's the 8th wonder of the world. You can teach your kids how to do that. It's so simple. Real estate. Do we have any realtors in the house? Okay, watch this. When people should run from real estate, 05, they flock to it like, meh, meh. When they should flock to it, 2011, they're running from it. And there's some simple real estate deals that everybody in here could do to totally hook you up for the rest of your life. I don't love real estate. I hate real estate. I love cars. I love motorcycles and a watch collection. I love traveling and eating in good restaurants. Real estate pays for it. But I don't love real estate. You're not taking any of it with you. If you love a building, you're mentally ill. And listen to this. God puts people in front of you every day for you to bless, but some of you don't see them. And if you hate people because of the color of their skin, God will put in front of you the very people that you don't like. And all you got to do is just one time bless a little Mexican if you hate them. Bless a little white woman if you hate them. I don't hate anybody. Do you know God made everybody in this room in His image? And if you hate anybody in this room, you hate the creation that God made. You don't own the right to hate people because of the way they were born. That is so twisted and so wrong, and it divides and subtracts. Where does that come from? The dark side. I love everybody. And listen to this. That's pissing that lady off on the front row, but this is huge. I even love her. This is really fun. It's about people. I was in a Denny's restaurant not long ago, and the only nice thing I can say about Denny's restaurants are they're open. The food, and so I go in. It's midnight. I'm having breakfast. That's my favorite meal of the day, breakfast, but I always eat it at night. In the morning, that's just wrong. Some doofus asked me the other day in Sacramento, he goes, well, the early bird gets the worm. I go, dude, I don't eat worms, but I'll eat your bird. Everybody wants to make you do what everybody else does. That's stupid. And listen to this. I'm dressed real nice. This woman at Denny's is waiting on me. She's older than dirt. And she ought to be at home in bed at midnight. And I looked at her face and I said, you having a nice night, Alice? She goes, what the hell kind of comment is that? Of course not. I go, wow, nasty old skank. And so I pat her hand because I'm happy. I pat her hand and I go, I'm going to rock your world tonight. She goes, whatever. She goes, you're not from around here, are you? I said, I'm from the planet. And I looked into this old jaded face, that's pissed off and angry, and I smiled. And I said, so do you live around here? She goes, no, I fly in every morning on a Learjet. Whoa. I start screwing on my invisible silencer to cap a skanky old cracker right between the eyes. I hit her with a shot that makes me rich. It's all the little things, babe. I smiled and I said, so do you rent or own your own home? She says, I rent. I said, why do you rent? She goes, I rent because I can't buy a house. Do you know if you say you can't? Do you know you can't? Do you know why you can't? You're a loser. Everything you say is the prophecy of your tomorrow. If you think you're an idiot, you're stupid. If you think you're ugly, you're a two-bagger. I mean, everything you say is the truth. Men, when you shave those ugly faces in the crowd, you need to look in the mirror and go, dude, you rock. You women, I hope none of you shave your faces, but if you do, they have electrolysis. They can just freshen you right up. But when you put on your makeup, you need to wink and go, babe, you're beautiful. You're amazing. Nobody's better than you. It's just a matter of time. It's going to manifest itself because, oh, wow, it's me. You need to feel that way. And listen to this. People can feel you from 50 yards. So I asked this old woman, I said, why can't you? She goes, I don't have any money. My credit's bad. I said, I can get you in a house in 90 days, and I don't need your credit or your money. She looks around Denny's. She leans into me, and she goes, young man, what exactly do you need from me? I said, trust me, nothing you have for sure. I swear, if she was the only female alive on planet Earth, I would take home one of those beach balls. That was just gross. And watch this. God puts people in front of you. Why don't you talk to them? Because watch this. You could be them with different circumstances. You could be a lawn care guy. You could be driving a bus. You could be that person that you might make fun of with what they do. And if I took you back multiple generations, your great-great-great-great-grandparents suffered unmercifully for you. And some of you are so ungrateful by the way you live your lives, and you don't give back. You're a taker. Shame on you. And listen to this. This is huge. You hear this? In the Bible, the number one body part mentioned is your mouth, your tongue. I take it right up to the edge. But I have more respect for you than some of you have for yourselves, because God doesn't make junk, and all of you can walk through walls if you want to. Or you can just drink the Kool-Aid, watch television, and get sad. And this is major league important. This is one of the most litigious states in America, California. Have you seen those ads? Have you been hurt or injured? Are you angry? Are you pissed off? Call us, Beavis and Butthead. We're for the people. No, they're not. They're for their twisted, sick, demented selves. And a lot of you in here, it's not because you want to, but you're going to leave more money to Sacramento and Washington, D.C. when you pass than your own flesh and blood. Not because you want to, but you don't know what it is you don't know. And you leave yourself vulnerable. And you need to really do the right thing. At this class we're going to have attorneys there to show you what you can do yourself without hiring a bunch of attorneys. If you're a single mom with 3 kids, it guarantees everything gets to go to your children. That is so very, very important. But then again, we always put off tomorrow what we should do, like right now. All hell is going to break loose. You're going to see it, and you really need to position yourself. Asset protection, all of us need it. And watch this, all of us need to protect and reduce our taxes. 89% of the people in our country that make $50,000 a year or more have some kind of business. And it is so simple to do. One of my buddies is named Kevin Harrington. You've never heard of him, but I bet you've heard of Ginzu knives. Bet you've heard of OxyClean, not cotton, that's what some of you take. But he's the man behind George Foreman Grill. That's his grill. It's not George's. And watch, he's done $4 billion selling stuff. He's on Shark Tank on ABC. I don't watch the show, but listen to this. A lot of you are sitting on an idea or concept or a thought that could punch through, but because no one shows you, no one helps you, people are takers. We can show you how to get it in and get it on and position yourself. And watch this. 15% of the money that our government spends is earmarked for small business that are minority owned. Some of you are minorities. Female owned. A lot of you are females. Veterans of foreign war owned business. Some of you have served our country. Thank you. And watch this. This is huge. But you can't get any money because you don't know who to ask, where to ask, how to ask. You sit on your ask. You don't ask for nothing, and so you don't get anything. Have a nice day. In the same book, it says you have not because you ask not. I'd say it's about a good time to start asking for stuff. Why not you? Why not you? Are you worthy? I think all of you are worthy. And catch this. This is pretty fun. The best defense that you could do is having a good asset protection program, and we're going to cover that. Our stock market right now, while I'm talking to you, is tumbling. I checked it a while ago. And can you like squeeze your cheeks and make the market go up? Try it. No, you're out of control. Did anybody call you this morning and say, hey, is it okay if the market goes down? Are you positioned well? You have no control. It's like being around people that are bipolar. The market goes up, the market goes down, and you have no control. And here's what's fun. We're going to show you how to set some parameters so when the market goes up, you're good, and when the market goes down, you can actually make money. And you got to have $500. Do you know all of you in here, for all of your children, all of them should have an educational IRA so they can go to any school they want to go to in the world. And one of my sons went to a major school in the Pac-10, but that was his choice. That's where he wanted to go. And it's just kind of fun to have the freedom to go where you want, when you want, how you want, and you have to position yourself. For as little as $500, every person in here could have real total control on your investing, but you have to position. So those are like multiple sources of income. And we want to show you how to have at least 3. Do you know 3 is a perfect number in the Bible? It's one of the strongest numbers on the planet. And then once I get you to 3, then I can stretch you to 7. Once you're rolling 7s, that's a perfect number in the Bible and the Holy Casino. So you need to be rolling 3s and 7s. I know a lot of you are going, that's just too complicated for me. No, it really isn't. And this is major. You have to position. And then with a self-directed, everything you've heard on stage today, you can do within the auspices of a self-directed retirement program where you actually control it. And the fear's got to go. Fear comes from Satan and confidence comes from God. If that's too religious for you, I know I'm in California. If that's too religious for you and that offended you, I have a California version of that. Fear comes from the boogeyman, and confidence comes from cat hair and crystals. But it sure doesn't come from you. And watch this. We want to help all of you position 2 good reasons to go into debt. Number 1, for an investment that will yield you more than the interest you pay. And number 2, I love this, for knowledge. Not education, true knowledge. And watch this. This is huge. When you understand true knowledge, you can get there. The goal of the class is to help everybody make an extra 100,000 or 6 figures passively, excluding what you do. And if you're sitting here right now going, I could never do that, that becomes your truth. Be careful what you think. And this is major. We have to do that. Some of you need a new car. I checked the parking lot. I saw a lady pull in a white Ford Taurus and hit her security alarm 8 times. You can leave the keys on the hood. In the hood, ain't nobody going to take your 8-year-old white Ford Taurus. Trust me, it's safe. And so we need to help you with getting a new car. And that would help the economy as well. And it is what it is. Here's some sources of bargains. Foreclosure. They should add a verse to the Bible. Foreclosure will always be with you. As long as universities graduate seniors, there'll be an unlimited future supply. Banks cannot show properties that come back as an asset unless Arthur Anderson was involved. Then you know the numbers are smoked. And then Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, HUD. What a train wreck. And then auctions. There's 12 kinds. And then the VA. How many of you in here have served your country? Would you stand up real quick? We'd appreciate it. If you served, stand up. Thank you, buddy, up here. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let me tell you what you're looking at. You're looking at the reason you have the freedom to be here today. Freedom isn't free. It comes with a price, and some of those men and women have friends that didn't fly back in a seat. And let me tell you something. When you're at an airport and you see a soldier in uniform, you need to go up and pay for their coffee, their meal, their magazine, their newspaper. And I don't want any of them to go to Afghanistan. I don't want any of them in Iraq. I want them all out, but they're there. And you need to be respectful and support, even if you disagree in their being there. You need to have the respect that they're serving their country and treat them the way they deserve to be treated. It's the little things you do in life that make a difference. And catch this, DEA. Do people do drugs in California? What do you think? Some of you hit a bong for breakfast. Of course people do drugs. And listen to this. There's so many sources of deals and bargains. You haven't even seen the train wreck in real estate that you're going to see. All hell's going to break loose. I did a show like this in Sacramento, and a little boy from Romania that's going to Sacramento State. Not even a real school. It's going to Sacramento State. And listen, it's named after a city. It's not a state. And listen to this. This is funny to me. He's getting one of those degrees there's no jobs for, humanities. And I said, dude, why don't you let me work with you for a year? And if it doesn't work, go back to Sacramento State. So here's what he's doing. Watch this. You have 78 million old people in the United States right now. And so here's what he does. He gets 2 houses in Carmichael that are big box rockstar houses, real nice houses. Do we have any of them around? They're all over California. You can't rent them because they won't cash flow. My realtors will tell you that. They will not cash flow. So he takes 6 unrelated women, because that's what the law allows in California. He charges $5,000 per old woman, and they get rock star care. They're treated like rock stars. My mom said to me, please never put me in one of those homes. I said, well, you better be good to me, babe. And watch this. I want my mom close enough where I can see her, but too far for her to walk to see me. And listen to this. I know some of you are slow with math. Strap this on your computer. 5,000 times 6 is 30, times 2 is 60. The expenses should run half. That leaves you with 30 on 2 properties that don't cash flow if you rent them. And what are you doing? Helping older women have an amazing quality retirement. What could possibly be wrong with that? God's watching. Give yourself away. That's where you find your joy, peace, and harmony. Here's the process for finding properties in California. That's it. And I love kids. I asked God when I decided to have children, would you please give me little girls? So God, looking at me, going, doofus, I'll give you 3 little girls, except they're little boys, just to mess with my life. And my boys are bigger than me, smarter than me. Sometimes intelligence skips a generation. My oldest son, Ryan, picked this disgusting property up. He just turned 30. And this ugly little property he picked up, none of you would want to live there. I wouldn't. But let me tell you what's really cool about it. Ryan picks this property up, and it has a $7,000 positive income, and he got it with none of his own money and without using his credit and without breaking the law. And guess who taught him how to do that? A professor in the Pac-10? No, the big dog taught the pup, the pack, to follow. Come here, boy, sit. This is how you do it, baby. You got to teach your own children, because professors can't teach what they don't have a clue about. And Ryan right now is insanely wealthy. He's done it in a short period of time. And watch, this is huge, you hear this. He goes to Africa on a regular basis, where he's adopted a village with other young men his age. When women breastfeed their babies in the village, it has a 70% chance of getting AIDS. When they give it water from the stream, diarrhea kicks in, and they get so sick they normally don't make it past 11 days. So he's adopted the village where they're putting in an aquifer deep well. They're doing education. They're teaching them how to grow food. They're doing a complete environmentally organic spin on the little village so that they give back. And I've had people say, why in the hell would he care about Africa when we have so many problems here? When God rings your doorbell and tells you the picture that you're to go to, if you reject it, you'll spend 40 years of your life going in a circle. You will never get where you were supposed to go. You will always be less than you could have been, and you don't know what joy, peace, and harmony is when you totally 100% dedicate your life to other people. Then God will bless you and blow your doors off. And watch this. This is amazing. Yeah, that same lady's getting a little rift on this, but that's okay. I'll be off in a minute. And this is huge. I've got another kid named Justin. He graduated from Johns Hopkins. The kid is stupid smart. His degree, neurovascular science. I can't even spell neurovascular. I can't even do spell check because you have to be close. But listen to this. The kid is stupid smart. He's adopted a village in India, where he goes over and does medical missions. And this is so cool. He went over there and spent a month, and he saw 3 girls die because they didn't have the right equipment. So he opened up a foundation when he was 23 years old to get equipment and ship it to India. The hospital administrator said, you have saved 25 lives this year. God bless you, Justin Smith. And some of you in this place, you would say, who the hell cares about Indians? I mean, their skin's all jacked up. It's brown. They got red dots. Grannies have got some funny jacked up clothes. They worship cows, and their religion is just weird. Let me help you with that. When God rings your doorbell, you need to go to the door and open it. And if you hate them, that is so wrong. When you plant seeds, God waters them every time. Even if you're an atheist, God waters the seeds you drop. You need to start dropping some seeds. And catch this. This is major. Ryan, as you can see, wasn't breastfed as a child, but in 2010 alone, he was able to pick up 9 properties that brings in a huge amount of income so he can go do what he's supposed to do with the rest of his life. And that's really all it's about. Justin got a mobile home park in Dothan, Alabama. 143.5, it brings in $4,400 a month. Is Justin going to move to Dothan, Alabama? No, he has all of his teeth. He's not going to move there. They filmed the movie Children of the Corn there, and people go to family reunions to find a date. Of course he's not moving there. But can you buy a house here for $143.5 and bring in $4,400 a month? Not unless you got a meth lab and a kitchen, Holmes. I don't think so. And you got a position. And this is kind of fun. Watch this. My goal is to help everybody make a quick 50 grand to kind of clean yourself up and get you out of debt. Our nation is in debt. We're very irresponsible in how we do stuff. It covers both parties. And so Americans believe you can live in debt. Do you know in the Bible it talks about getting out of debt, staying out of debt? And I can show you how, with the rule of 78, to turn it around and get yourself out of debt. For most of you, 7 years, 5 years, 8, 9 years, be debt free. And then some of you are going, I don't think so. Now, for you, probably not. But for some of you, it's going to rock your world. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. You need to really enjoy it. And why do you think God brought you here? just to get in traffic and do that kind of stuff? I don't think so. There's something bigger than that. And when you go to our class, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how you position your family, and please bring your children. If people hate children, they're mean. You used to be a children. Stop being disrespectful to kids. Kids are an absolute gift, and they're so fun, and they're not perfect, and neither are you. So just let it go. Bring your kids, and it's kind of fun. We'll show you how you can get it on, position yourself, and bring your children along with you. Even grandchildren is important to do. And we'll show you multiple sources of income, how to take advantage of the train wreck in the economy right now. Those of you who think I'm an absolute joke, you think you've got it all dialed in? If you're on a fixed income in retirement, all hell's going to take your retirement down because of inflation that's going to sweep over America. You better listen carefully and position yourself. And now is the best time to do that. And watch this. We're going to go over and cover how to create wealth. We're going to show you how to protect the wealth you create and pass it down to others. And we have limited seating in our class. We're going to take a break in just a minute. The class is almost filled from a show that we did the other day. We have 4 choices. If these classes don't work for you, please pay attention to this. On the form, if you'll write future date and circle it, we'll come back here and do another class or 2 to make sure that everybody gets taken care of, and she can show you some incredible things. And we totally love that. It's about giving back. I did a show like this in Jackson, Mississippi, and a black man came up to me and he said, I really have to do something. My daughter is mentally retarded and I'm almost 60. And he goes, I'm a bus driver. Do you know that retarded children and Down syndrome children are a gift that God gave you because they see what you don't see? They're like angels. They're more intelligent than most professors at universities throughout the United States. The next time you go to a mall and you see someone in a wheelchair or you see someone with Down syndrome, get in front of them and stop and smile and say, you're beautiful. Say, I love your blouse. I love your shirt. Say something nice to them. And if you don't have the ability to do that, 40 years in a circle be on you. Give back. And watch this. This is so amazing. This is huge. This black man who didn't know what to do now buys houses for $40,000 from HUD. And through the HUDspeth program, which is a government agency, they pay $600 per month per bedroom. In Mississippi, on a house that wouldn't rent for more than $800, he's getting $2,400 a month. And he's blessing the lives of parents that have children, and he's blessing the lives of the child that needs help. Give yourself away. There's so many things I can show you to do that will blow your to the next level, but many of you you're just not going to do anything except what you've done. And it's insane. I was in my front yard the other day planting flowers, and my garbage men pulled up in front. And if I was a racist, this would be my biggest destruction. 3 black men pull up in front of my house, and I have 16 bags more than they'll pick up. I got 26 bags of yard trash. They'll only pick up 10. I give each one of them a water bottle, and I said, thanks for serving our community. I'm going to help you load the trash. Do you know they didn't count the bags? Do you know when you're nice to people, it screws up their ability to add? I asked the dude, I said, Holmes, what's your name? He goes, Harry Peacock, sir. I said, your mama hated you. But here's what he said. I said, do you rent or own your own home? I helped Harry Peacock get his first house. I could put a dead body in front of my house and that dude would take it away. You get what you give. What goes around comes around. There's so many simple things you could do. On the first day of the class, what we're going to do, we're going to show you how to create a net worth. A lady yelled it over here, of $5 million. And we're the only organization that will do this. We'll work with you until you figure it out. If you're slow, I'm slow. Speed kills. Let's go slow together. I'll train you over and over and over again until we get you figured out. And there's not 2 people in here that should all do exactly the same thing. So we'll sit down and go over the market, your situation, show you things that you can do you don't think you can do. With our government right now, watch this, with the VA, they'll pay $1,600 a month tax-free to our military that have to live in a home, and that money goes straight to you, and it's tax-free to them. 4-bedroom house can bring in literally almost $5,000 a month in an average neighborhood. A lot of you don't even know what it is you don't know. We're going to show you how to raise capital when banks aren't loaning. We'll show you how to get money, how to get business credit when they're not loaning, how to set yourself up. And this is really huge. On the third day, I'll be there. We're going to have 22 other people there. We'll meet with you on a one-on-one basis. My 3 boys will be there because your children need to see other children that have done well in life, that have made a difference. And it is so important to do. And your investment in our program, we typically in California do this for around $1,500. But because you're here at Get Motivated, they've graciously reduced that to where every person in here can come if you want to for $49. It's the best deal I have ever seen in my life. We're non-for-profit, that's why that's available. And we're going to show you, nobody's going to sell you insurance or rub cheese on your neck. We're going to get it on, shift gears, and show you some things that are real. And by the way, the $49 is for you and one family member. That's not a man you met in the bathroom at lunch, okay? That is family. Don't go to hell over $49. It's just a bad investment. And by the way, for you that don't have a spouse here with you, we have a DVD of some stuff that I have to say to your spouse that might kind of spin them around on a dime. If you got a negative spouse, I got a little message for them. You need to play it for them. You need to get them there. And if they're not happy once they get there, we'll give them their money back and send them packing. They can go to In-N-Out and clog up. And listen to this. This is huge. We need to have you get there. Make it a priority. If you need to have a car wreck, order it. If you need to get sick, get sick. Get yourself there. Your boss understands. And this is huge. A bonus that we'll give you when you do this today, we have a report on credit that you'll leave here with. We also have one on business credit. We have one on all of the aspects that we cover for you. A guide on setting up a self-directed educational IRA for your children. And then we have a newsletter that you'll get on a regular basis that will really help correct your path. And you'll leave with that. Once it runs out, which we will run out for sure. We'll give those to you at the class. A lot of you just have to get past you because you're the reason that's holding you back in life. That's where the word issue came from. Issue, babe. Issue. It's nobody but you. And I got to get you past you so you can get in the game of life. And a lot of you don't really know all the things that you don't know. I was at a Marriott not long ago, and this woman who was doing the floor, she was housekeeping. I put a sign on the door that said, "Do not disturb." She hit my door like a woodpecker on crack in the morning, and she's going, "Housekeeping, housekeeping, housekeeping." I'm going, "God, shoot her, pop her, cap her." Housekeeping, 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 housekeeping. I go to the door with bad face, bad attitude, bad hair, bad breath, bad everything. I open the door 6 inches. I go, "What's up?" She goes, "I'm here to clean your room." I go, "Did you see my sign?" She goes, "I am so sorry." I said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "Do you live around here? Do you rent or own your own home? If I can make money half asleep, pissed off in my underwear, you should be able to make it pie-eyed with your clothes on." Donald Trump asked me to train his 3 adult children, and I did. And if I can teach his kids stuff that they didn't know, I can teach you stuff you don't know. And by the way, this is real. And for 3 generations, may our Holy Father God in heaven bless everybody in the arena. We're going to take a 10-minute break. This would be the time to go to the light. Some of you are in the dark. You need to go to the light and hold a spot. God bless you guys.